Right.
Going into this trial, I really think
Good
this is
morning.
awesome. You have no eyewitnesses. There's no confession. So you're wondering if there's
I was
more to
watching this
that.
movie,
It's
or not movie, a
yours.
documentary. I'm gonna finish watching. I'm not gonna be on here that long. Um, I'm finishing a bowl of cereal too. So give me a second, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? It's High Priestess Jamila. I wanted to come and talk about something real quick. Mm. It's been a lot of alarming things being discussed and said, and I got to come on here and point out the obvious. Whoever follows that dude um, named Michael, I don't want to link anybody to his channel because I don't know what kind of entity could literally damage somebody's brain to the point where they will actually follow around a person that attacks children and then does it live and then wishes death on a man for simply taking his niece into his home to help her and his nephews. Okay. I've witnessed him doing it twice, two or three times. One time he was petitioning some faux witches, fake witches, fugazi witches, saying, "Can we do death magic on him?" And just being a total dummy. Right now, everybody should know that I have that situation under control. Um, the only thing that I can't stop is the running of the mouths of these people, which, clearly there's a lot of people that can be sensitive to what people say. Okay. And I'm talking about sensitive to the point where they believe it. Right. For me, I respond to disrespect the way that I do, especially when you are doing and saying things that could potentially ruin my life, my health, my family's lives, health, livelihood. You're gonna get what you get, and you're gonna fuck around and find out when it comes to me. That's just how I am. Okay. However, I think that you have to be an extremely demented and sick person to be okay with that type of behavior. And I wanted to remind you guys, and don't tell me to not respond. I've got something to say about it, and I'm going to say it. You can Google it. Not responding to stalkers does not work. The reason why I'm talking about this is because I want to talk about um, pretty much my concerns about my loved ones and the people that I love and care about. Okay. I want to remind you guys that last year, um, in January of 2024, this same person upped and wished death on my eldest daughter out of the blue, literally just out of the blue. And people will, people have a tendency to gaslight you, but during that time, I did break up with him. I did walk away from him immediately. And we were at war all the way up until July of 2024, which was when I was evicted out of that house. And of course, he was snooping and sneaking around and nosing around with that. However, when you are in an abusive situation like that, everybody knows that that is what abusers do. That is what narcissistic people do. They will threaten your family. They will threaten your loved ones. If you leave me, I'm going to kill the kids. If you leave me, I'm going to do this. If you leave me, I'm going to do that. So, let's not start gaslighting people, okay? Let's not do that. But the thing of it is that the dude is a gang stalker, which makes it a lot different, but not very different, especially being that, for 13 years, he has refused to leave me and my family alone. And I can tell you that I know for a fact that he will be back to talk even more shit. And it's his funeral, is what I'm gonna tell you. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about how I protect my loved ones. First of all, the dude don't have no power, right? He can't just wish someone dead and they die. Okay, that's first of all. Let's not be delusional. However, it's still a very toxic and negative thing, which is the reason why I walked away. Because never in my life have I ever, I did a live stream on my other channel. And I have been very upfront about this, that I do have ironclad protection around myself and my loved ones. So you can chant it all day long. Obsessive, psychotic, jealous, hateful people can chant all day long. You can pray to the 12 apostles of John and Job. You can do whatever you want to do. You can scream it from the fucking mountaintops, and I can promise you that myself and everyone that I love is protected, shielded, healthy, wealthy, and live lives of good fortune and happiness and peace and abundance. While that person who continuously, all day long, obsessive, thinking that you can pray 24 hours a day on me, you are going to get what you deserve. Now, you're going to get what you wished for me and mine. That's a fact. That is irrefutable. Nobody can argue with me about that. And they will FIFO, okay? Because it's silly. However, I will tell you this, like my theory, I have a theory about it. And I'm not going to stay stuck on this theory that I have, but I honestly believe that part of the reason why it's so much health problems that are mentioned in that group of people, and why they're so desperate, and why they focus and home in on me, especially as a healer, is because I believe that they are sick. I believe that they are not only mentally sick, but physically ill as well. And I think that they want to sustain their own life force by attacking. That's literally what I believe is the nature of these people. They're parasites, okay? I have a brood of beautiful children, grandchildren, my family that I love. I have a beautiful man in a complicated relationship with him that I love. I've got friends and, animals. You know what I'm saying? just a bunch of people, clients that I love and adore and care about. And this is a psychotic psychopath who literally is very delusional, very sick minded, and is constantly either online or behind the scenes wishing death on me and the people that I love, while wanting me to be isolated from the world. It's very bizarre. I don't know how this person's brainwave activity works. I can promise you that he's full of crap. It's not over. He's going to come back on YouTube with that shit. Now, I don't give him power. People that watch him try to give him power. The people that watch him, unfortunately, when you support that, you're a part of that because that's serious. Okay. I've been knowing what type of person that was. And please believe that just because I went back to get some money out of him does not mean that I didn't know who or what I was dealing with at that time. Okay. He is not stronger than me. He is not more powerful than me. He does not have the favor or the grace that I have. In fact, I have tried to give him grace and he has thrown it under the bus every single time. So we're done with that situation. Now, what I wanted to say is that for some reason, that group of people are extremely codependent on me and him for some reason. It's very bizarre. And I can tell y'all that the crap that's been going on since the court date, since 3 or 4 days before the court date, for the unlawful detainer, which has been dismissed. If you want to go look at the case, you can see it. It's in there. The judge just hasn't signed it yet because that takes them. They've got mountains and mountains of paperwork. She's got to go through many cases, and we told her that's what we were going to do, and that's just what it is, and the case will be closed. What you guys have been witnessing, in my humble opinion, is a feeding frenzy. Them using whatever they can to feed, them trying to latch on. Now it's a latch on of January the 15th. Now there's a latch on of this, a latch on of that. And none of it is real because, as you guys can see, these people have gotten sicker and sicker and more dried up and crustier, and none of them have gotten any healthier or wealthier. None of them. So yesterday, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up and down, it was so funny. Yesterday, I got up, I drank my coffee. My sleep is kind of switched around. I'm on my nocturnal hours again a little bit, as you guys can see. I get up whenever I got up. I can't remember exactly what time. I had coffee, and then all of a sudden, I had mild anxiety. So Spirit told me, they said, oh, they're praying and they're doing this and they're chanting and they're doing that. And literally all I got was level zero point 0.5 anxiety. These people are not fucking with me. This is what I'm telling you. Literally, that was it. Literally. Like, compared to the fact that, number one, all of those people are sick. They are physically sick and dying. That's a fact. Is that my fault? No, it's not. I don't work in a damn hospice facility. As a healer, I don't walk in hospice facilities to bring back the near dead. I don't do that. That's not how it works. So whatever is going on with those people, and see, this is the thing about it, is that healing is not about energy. Healing is about love. Healing is about love. It's not about energy. It's not about feeding off of somebody. It's about love. If you are healed by a faith healer or a supernatural healer, you are being healed by their love. That's a fact. So, trying to vampire or parasite off of somebody and you're not a vampire, they're not a vampire. I'm more of a vampire than they are, but I don't use that for, I don't psychic vampire off of people. I don't do that shit. That shit's annoying. I like having fun in life. And I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Okay. So if you want to call somebody a vampire, that would be me, right? But not in that sense. I'm more of a seductress type of vampire. Like, I don't embrace that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how to explain that. But the thing of it is that that's going on, but at the same time, what's going on is my entire family has been under attack. This did not just start with these people. This started years ago. I remember throughout the years seeing troll accounts of my mother, troll accounts of my grandmother for years after she died and passed away. My grandmother, you're hearing these strange people. Does anybody not like you've got to be just like them if you don't see that it's strange? Day after day after day after day of coming on the internet and repeating people's family members' names that they don't know. That's weird. Like, if you don't understand how odd that is, it must be something wrong with you, or you're just like them. You don't see how how ridiculous that is. You don't see how weird that is. Repeatedly, I think that they said my Uncle Reggie a total of 500 times in the past 3 months. That's weird. Tyrese, Jacob, who does that? And then the gang stalker that I mistakenly allowed in my life will make excuses that he can do that because he met me. Now, don't get me wrong. There's at least three there's at least four of them doing it. Playing my voice and responding to me. All of them will be dealt with accordingly. And I'm talking about spiritually. I don't give a damn about them going to jail. As far as I'm concerned, jail is too good. Okay. Let's talk about how I protect everyone that I love and myself from these evildoers. I've got several spirits that are very real and very loyal to me, and they will destroy those people. I want you to take a minute and think about how you would feel if someone did that to your loved ones repeatedly for 13 years straight. Think about how that would feel. And then wishing homelessness on a person when you're actually wishing death on that person. That's actually what that means. Calling the person's family member, begging them to throw them into the streets. This is something that God, aka spirit, God, both the same thing, takes as an attempt on our lives. They look at it as this person is trying to unalive us. That's how they look at it. So, this is the reason why they react so harshly, and they will continue to react harshly. They will smite them. They will smite them. Are y'all ready for that? Because that's what's going to end up happening. You have to be careful when you're running your mouth and you're talking about people, especially people that you don't know. Like when I look at, here's the way I look at it. People been stalking me for 13 years, harassing me, uh, attacking my children, and are now attempting to attack my family members. I have every right to see them to their death. I'm not going to go to jail because I'm not going to go and murder them. No. But I have every right to say, hey, these stalkers are dangerous. Wow. They're trying to ruin my life. They're trying to make it hard for me to get a job. They're trying to make it difficult for me to get to my clients. They're trying to hurt my children. If these people were dead, if they did not exist, would this be happening? No, it wouldn't be. Nobody else would do that except for these people. For what? What would be the what would be the reason? There that's just it. This is these particular group, this is this particular group of people who is doing that. Never been done before. They have latched on to a situation because that's just how they are. So for me, I feel perfectly comfortable and confident. I spoke to Santa Martha about it yesterday. I don't listen, I have not done anything wrong. It's either it's do or die. It's like, well, you're not gonna hurt us. You'll be dead first. Period. End of story. You're not gonna make me homeless or poor or poverty ridden or lonely. Oh, you're gonna get rid of my boyfriend? You're gonna get rid of my man? No, that's gonna happen to you and never to me. That's how my spirits work. It doesn't matter what handy or crafty uh you know crap they try to come up with, you know, try to be charismatic about it. And doesn't matter what they want or what they think. It does not matter. It doesn't. Okay. My spirits will destroy those people. They need to be quiet. They need to stop coming on here being distracting, being disruptive, being problematic. Rumors are being spread trying to make me look like a hoe. Um, these are all of the lowest, most disgusting things that a male can do to a female. Trying to convince people I'm a hoe because I took nude pictures and showed them to people. That makes me a hoe. Oh, I am a hoe and I'm worthless because I didn't sleep with a man. See, and these sorts of strong words are being used against myself, who is under several different protective classes. So, you know, I wanted to just come and reiterate that to you guys, that some crazy people look at it as entertainment. I don't see how you can look at that as entertainment. That's, I'm sorry, like that's something that you probably need to go get some mental counseling about if you look at that as entertaining. Okay. Now, I'm not even gonna lie, I will admit to this. I will admit to this real quick, that, you know, it's funny watching the parasites destroy themselves, but I'm not a parasite. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a parasite, and it's kind of like haha, but you don't really care. Only thing I can say is they're gonna find out how different I am. Okay, so you know, there's several spirits that are backing me up, and then also the gods, the Most High. My mind and my heart is very strong. I don't change my mind about anything. You can't convince me. They can't convince me of anything. Never will. And I also did do that ward. And I'm just letting people know that the type of protection that I have is very baneful. And it's only there just in case. It has nothing to do with whether or not I believe. Now, I do believe negative energy is negative energy. Do I believe that they can just speak things into existence on people? No, I don't. But I think that it's still good. It's like a safeguard almost. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up here listening to this person, and I'm sitting here listening to this person speak about a man that I that essentially helped raise me. Essentially, like, this is family, right? Somebody that I've spent a lot of time with, someone that I lived with after, my grandmother was here then too, and a couple of my aunts. But it's somebody that I know. Sitting there listening to him speak about him and wish death on him because he took in his niece and nephews after a horrific experience. Now, I will say this, that I think that these people are big nobodies, but it's still really, really messed up for them to be doing that. See what I'm saying? So, when he wished death on my daughter, first thing that I did, even though, no, do I think that that yuck mouth has the ability to speak death on my children? No, not nobody that I love. But you know what? I'm not gonna say, you ain't got no power. The don't. But you know what? I'm still gonna put up that protection. Makes sense, doesn't it? And you should put up protection. You should protect yourself from things like that. I was looking at a tragic story about a twin baby girl in Texas apparently died mysteriously in the NICU, and something about her organs got harvested or something. See, things like that, you probably want to protect yourself from stuff like that. Just saying. Okay? I'm talking about real protection. I don't even think Jesus could be protected from people talking about him, though. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. But just because somebody says something doesn't mean that it's going to happen or that they have power, or either, at this point, I don't even let it bother me. Like, I've never let anybody hurt my feelings. No. But my concern is reputation. No, I am not a hoe. I think that that is so disgusting to speak that way. And also keep in mind, it can be very triggering because a hoe is actually a garden tool. And it just, I don't know, it's reminiscent of slavery and racism, and it's just weird. I just, no. But anyway, I'm not going to let anybody try to make me seem less than what I am worth. And people that are doing that, if you try to make me seem less than what I'm worth to my man, less than what I'm worth to my clients, you're going to lose everything. You are going to be in the position that you are trying to place me in. Cause I'm in love with my man. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like literally, like it just was an explosion of love. It's weird. Extremely attached to him. If I were to lose him, which I'm not, but the thought of losing him makes me want to fuck these people up. Even worse. Okay. So somebody gonna lose some damn limbs straight up and down over that man. And y'all don't need to know him. Obviously, I can't just bring him out in social media and show him off. And these people know that because they would stalk him and go to him and try to tell him a bunch of bullshit, which they are already trying to do, which is what I have already talked to him about. That's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to say. That's how I protect. I can't go into detail, but I do have a demonic protection from everything and all thing bad and shit that I don't desire in my life and in my family and in my loved ones' lives. So whatever you wish on me, you gonna get back times 100. You keep it up, and that's exactly what's gonna continue to happen. Goes back to the saying: if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. And like I said previously, these people started this shit with me, and I'ma finish it. Okay. All right, y'all. That's enough time on this. I gotta go. I'm gonna finish watching this. It's called accidental husband. It's 48 hours, and apparently this man killed both of his wives. His first wife died under mysterious circumstances, and then his other wife died on some kind of mountain climbing trip. He pushed her over the edge or something. Something he done did. So I'm about to finish watching that. Okay. All right. Y'all have a happy Monday, and I will see you guys later. Don't get mad at me when my spirits do what they do to those people. Okay. All right, guys. Blessings to the rest of you. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.